Okay, good morning to all of you. So today we'll discuss about suppository base. In last lectures we have started regarding suppositories. We have seen different physiological and physiochemical factors that can affect on suppository absorptions or the rectal absorptions. We have seen the basic features of the suppositories also. So today we'll talk about suppository base that is used for the suppository formulations. As we have already discussed, suppository these are the semi-solid doses where your medicament that is incorporated in a specific base like other semi-solid dosage form. But here the difference between that particular semi-solid dosage form and suppository, that suppository is a unique dosage form where we can maintain a dose also. Means we can adjust the dose or we can make the accurate dose for drug delivery purpose. So as I have said, it is semi-solid dosage form. Obviously, it requires some vehicle to carry our drug, so that is same as our semi-solid dosage form, that is our base that we are using. So like a ointment basis or like a semi-solid basis, suppository base that also plays important role in the release of the medications. So basically, they hold the medicament properly, which will act as a carrier, and then obviously the viability of the drug that will be again depends upon the base that we are using for the suppository formulations. Uh, so first means we can say the first important criteria for the selections of the we get the requirements of the suppository base, that is should be means it should remain solid at the room temperature, but it must be softer or made or dissolve radially at our body temperature, so that drug is fully available after the insertion. So as we have discussed already, the process or the sequence that is take place. So drug that will be incorporated in our base when you are inserted suppository at a specific canal, whether vaginal or the whether rectals, whatever the body fluid or the specific areas fluid where drug get dissolved and then it will absorb at a specific site. We have seen the anatomy of the rectum also, how the drug get dissolved and how more than 70% viability or will occur because of the two regions that are present there, right? There are different hemorrhoidal veins are present, superior, inferior, and middle. So for the inferior and the middle vein, we will get a more amount of viability as compared to superior hemorrhoidal vein, because superior hemorrhoidal veins that will connected with your pulmonary veins where your it will goes to the liver where liver metabolism will carry out. So for that purpose, the base that we are using that also plays very important role for the drug release as well as for the means for the holding the drug in that particular vehicle also. So like a ointment base, what are the different types of ointment base? Can anyone take? What are the four different types of ointment base? Yes, anyone? आवाज येतोय?
hydrocarbon base, absorption base, emulsion base, and water soluble base.
Right, these are the four ways that we are using. So as we have already discussed their characteristics also, right? Their absorptivity, their spreadability, their water loving capacity, or all those factors we have seen. So, and also we have discussed how they will affect on your release patterns also. Because we have seen in a semi-solid dosage form, the release of the medicament will carried out with the help of diffusion rate, right? So they have to cross the different barriers also, and then it will reach the systemic circulation. So similar to here also, when we have incorporated any drug for the suppository purpose or for the rectal administration purpose or for the any administration purpose, so it has to be dissolved at the amount of fluid amount present inside that canal. We have already discussed regarding the fluid content in a rectum as compared to the small intestine. or the surface area is available for your release purpose also. So for that purpose, the base selections, as we already discussed, that suppository should be made at our body temperature. Right? It is the main important factor that you have to consider. So obviously, the melting point of that particular base that we are going to use, that must be below our body temperature, that is up to 30 bar 36 degrees Celsius. So you have to use accordingly, you have to use the base accordingly, these things that you have to consider, these things you have to keep in the minds, and then you will go for the processing of suppositories. So there are certain suppository base that having the more that are the more efficient in the drug release, but most of the times, mostly cocoa butter suppositories that is mostly preferred because cocoa butter, or you can call it theobroma, which is melts quickly at our body temperature. But there are some other disadvantages also because of its invisible without fluids, or some fat soluble drugs are there. So that fat soluble drugs that remains the that tends to remain in the oil phase and have little tendency to enter into the aqueous physiological fluids. So basically, there are some advantages as well as some disadvantages of using some basic class of base here. There are three types of class that we are most commonly used. First is fatty or the oleaginous bases like a hydrocarbon base. Then water soluble or the water miscible base, and there are miscellaneous base are there. We'll see one by one their characteristic, their specification, means what we have to consider while selecting the base. So we'll see one by one. So first we'll talk about the specifications of the base. What are the different criteria that you have to cover? So first thing, its origins and the chemical compositions. So you must know the brief introductions or the descriptions of the compositions of the base, because that base or whatever the composition is there, that reveals the source of the origins, whether it is a synthetic source or synthetic base, or whether it is natural sources or whether it is a semi-synthetic sources. So basically the chemical structure, the chemical makeup of that particular base, that also plays important role. So we can predict the physical and the chemical compatibility with the other constituent. So obviously the chemical compositions in that particular in that particular base, whether it is a triglycerides or whether it is a hydrocarbon fatty acid are there. So depending upon that, we can predict the compatibility with our active ingredient as well as the other ingredients also. Because as we have already discussed in the same episode, we have to add some other agents also. It's not like that just base and active ingredient that we are mixing and we are formulating the same dosage form. Same here, we are not just using the base and the active dosage form of the API. Basically, other ingredients also you have to add, like some you have to means some agent that can release your drug fastly, some stability enhancers you have to add, some antioxidants you have to add. So all those drug or all others excipient must be compatible with the base. It is the important thing you have to consider. So the compatibility of that particular constituents or the compatibility of the base or the physical as well as the chemical properties of the base, that should not alter your activity of API as well as should not alter the activity of other excipients also. So basically, as already I have discussed, let's take examples of the cocoa butter. Okay, in a cocoa butter, fat soluble drug that cannot be easily administered because fat soluble drug that tend to remain in the oil phase and they have little tendency to enter into the aqueous physiological fluid. But as compared to the water soluble drug, so the reverse actions will be occurs. कारण आपलं aqueous phase पण तो सॉरी physiological जे content आहे तो पण aqueous phase मध्ये आहे. तो तुमचा aqueous drug काय होणार आहे easily बाहेर होणार आहे. So for such type of drugs, sometimes you have to use some glycogenonated bases, or we have to use some water soluble or the water immiscible bases. So the content of the compositions of that base have to be studied for the release patterns also. Basically cocoa butter is used most of the times because of its emolliency action or the soothing actions or the spreading actions. So most of the anorectal disorders Sorry, the treatment of the anatomical disorders most of the times cocoa butter suppositories that they have prepared. So these particular origins and the chemical compositions has to be studied prior to the using the base for the semi-solid dosage form, or sorry for the suppository dosage form. The second one, that is the melting range. So obviously, as we are discussing, first point itself that they should melt or dissolve in a body cavity at our body temperatures, right? So that we have already discussed. So when we are discussing this particular point, so obviously the melting point of that particular base has to be considered. So, their melting characteristics or the melting range of a specific base that indicating the temperature at which the fats start to the melt and the temperature at which it completely melts. So that will be the range. We have studied the melting points, means at which your solid materials turn to the liquid form, right? So it is a melting range, means at a specific temperatures your base will start to melt, and at a specific temperatures the base will be completely melt. So it is called the melting range. So most of the times, most of the fatty suppository base we are considering, these are the complex mixtures of the triglycerides, and sometimes they don't have some sharp melting point. So that's why this melting range they have given. So obviously, whatever the base that we are using, that must be melt and or we can say it should remain solid at the room temperature, but it should be softened or the made or the dissolved ideally on a body temperature, so that drug can be fully available for the biological purpose. So for that purpose, the melting range of that particular suppository base that we have to also consider. Another one important points I have to mention here regarding the origin and the chemical compositions. Why these are important? Because there is a possibility of the chemical and the physical interactions between the medicinal agents and other factors also, or other agents also. So that may affect the stability of the drug. So the absence of any drug interactions between the two agents, that may be that may cause us some problems also. So for that purpose, the origins and the chemical compositions must be studied properly. The third specification that you have to consider, that is the solid fat index. What is solid fat index? So it is the percent of fat in crystalline phase, the total fat across the temperature gradient. So you have to plot the graph versus plot the graph of the percent solid versus the temperatures. So one can determine the solidifications and the melting range of the fatty base, as well as the molding characters or the surface feel or the hardness of the base with the help of the SFI. That is the solid fat index. The solid fat index curve must be sharp if you have to use the that particular base. So from this particular solid fat index, we can determine the molding characteristics of our base. Molding in the sense जेव्हा आपण सपोजिटरी प्रिपेअर करतो मोल्डिंग मेथड, तेव्हा तुम्ही त्या ह्याच्यामध्ये पोर करता मोल्ड मध्ये, आणि मग ते स्पेसिफिक टाइमने कूल होते आणि त्याचा तो ज्या मोल्डचा शेप आहे तो शेप तो ती सपोजिटरी घेते. सो द मोल्ड स्ट्रक्चर और वी कॅन से मोल्डिंग कॅरेक्टर्स कसं आहे तुमचं, इझिली मोल्ड होते का, किंवा इट विल टेक लॉंगर टाइम और इट विल टेक high temperature to cool down. So that all the factors we can see here with the help of solid fat index. So a base with a sharp drop in solid over a short temperature span so that the brittle if molded too quickly. So the temperature relationship with the temperatures of your fat, or how it is made or how it is molded at that specific mold that we have given, that is given by this particular solid fat index. So basically those base that is molded too quickly or sometimes means those have the sharp SPI index or the sharp SPI curves. So this particular base has been required or reduced. So in that particular base, you have to reduce. differential between the molded temperatures and the mass temperature. So you have to you have to reduce the temperatures for the melting purpose and you have to reduce the temperature for your cooling purpose also. So with the help of solid fat index, we can easily determine the temperatures it is required for this particular process. Uh, so basically, this particular solid fat index that is determined with the help of the dialectometry method. We'll not go and discuss. Just remember thing. You have to plot a graph against solid versus the temperature. कारण एका साइड तुमचा सॉलिड असेल एका साइड तुमचा टेम्परेचर जर जसं टेम्परेचर इन्क्रीज होणार आहे तुमचा सॉलिड काय होणार आहे मेल्ट होणार आहे. सो अशा कोणत्या पॉइंटला तुमचा सॉलिड प्रॉपरली मेल्ट होते किंवा अशा कोणत्या पॉइंटला तुमचा सॉलिड किंवा फॅट मटेरियल बेसिकली हा तुमचा कूल होतोय मोल्डिंग प्रॉपरली प्रोव्हाइड करतो. So that we can easily identify with the help of the solid fat index. Then fourth one, now these are the different values that you have to consider. First, it is the hydroxyl value that we have already discussed in the semi-solid dosage form also. What is hydroxyl value? It is the number of milligram of KOH, potassium hydroxide, that would neutralize the acetic acid used to acetylate 1 gram of fat. So, particularly this hydroxyl value is measure unspecified positions of glyceride molecules, and it reveals that whether that particular glyceride is monoglycerides or the diglycerides or the diglyceride. So it is the number of milligram of KOH, potassium hydroxide, required to neutralize the acetic acid used to acetylate 1 gram of fat. That is called as your hydroxyl value. So there is a specification there that we will see later on. की किती अमाउंट वर तुमची हायड्रॉक्सिल व्हॅल्यू असली पाहिजे किती अमाउंट वर तुमच्या अदर्स व्हॅल्यूज असल्या पाहिजे बाय सिलेक्टिंग दॅट पर्टिक्युलर बेस. The second one, that is the saponification values. Saponification values, that is the number of milligram of KOH required to neutralize the free acid and saponify the esters containing 1 gram of fat. What is hydroxyl value? Number of milligram of KOH that would neutralize the acetic acid and used to acetylate 1 gram of fat. Here it is used for the saponifications of the esters that containing the 1 gram of the fat. That is number of KOH required to neutralize the free acids. So like any acid, and saponify the esters that contain in 1 gram of fat. 1 gram मधला जे esters आहे saponify करण्यासाठी तुम्हाला किती ग्रॅम किती मिलीग्राम KOH required आहे. So the range will be, it should be in between the 200 to 245 mg. So again the same thing, it is the indications of the type of glycerides as well as the amount of glyceride present. So same it will represent whether it is a monoglyceride, triglyceride or the diglyceride. It is called the saponification values. Sorry. Then solidification point. So it predicts the time required for solidifying the base when it is chilled in the mold. So like a solid fat index also. So basically, if the interval between the melting range or the melting point and the solidification point is 10% or more, त्या दोघांचा डिफरन्स जर हा 10% पेक्षा मोर असेल जास्त असेल, so obviously the time required for the solidifications you have to be shortened by augmenting the refrigeration. So you have to provide, means you have to reduce the time that is required for softening purpose. तर दोघांमध्ये फक्त 10 डिग्रीचा गॅप असेल तर सो ऑब्वियसली टाइम विल रिक्वायर्ड तो पण तुम्हाला तेवढा रिड्यूस करावा लागणार. सो इट विल गिव द प्रॉपर सॉलिडिफिकेशन means it will give the proper solidifying characteristics to your suppositories basically. So this solidification point that predicts the time required for solidifying the base. Means तुमचा किती टाइम घेतो किती वेळामध्ये तो प्रॉपर्ली सॉलिडिफाय होतोय तुमचं मटेरियल. सपोजिटरी प्रिपेअर केल्यात का तुम्ही? आय थिंक तुम्हाला झालं सेकंड इयरला. तुम्ही आय थिंक लिथोनेटेड किंवा आय थिंक बिस्मथ सबगॅलेट सपोजिटरीज तुम्ही प्रिपेअर केला असाल. त्याच्यामुळे तुम्हाला माहिती आहे जेव्हा तुम्ही सपोजिटरी पोअर करता पोअर केल्यावर तुम्हाला रेफ्रिजरेटर मध्ये ठेवावं लागतं. आणि स्पेसिफिक टाइम इंटरवल नंतर तुम्हाला त्या विड्रॉ करायला तुम्हाला मोल्ड मधून विड्रॉ करावं लागतं. सो तो जो टाइम ड्युरेशन आहे की त्या टाइम ड्युरेशन मध्ये तुमचं जे काही वॅक्सी मटेरियल असेल ते कुठे सॉलिडिफाईड होतं विथ द हेल्प ऑफ बाय रिड्युसिंग टेम्परेचर्स ऑल्सो. So that given by the solidification point. Then another one important point is the iodine values. So here again the same, the values that express the number of grams of iodine that reacts with 100 grams of fat or others unsaturated materials, where all the hydroxyl value or the saponification values or the acid values will be reacted with the 1 gram of the fat. Here the iodine values that reacts with the 100 grams of fat or other unsaturated materials. Basically, the possibility of decompositions of the moistures, oxygen, acids and the oxygens. So that will lead to the rancidity. In fact, so basically that can increase the so this particular acidity will increase with the high iodine value. So तुमचे iodine value च्या particular base मध्ये जास्त असेल तर तुम्हाला that particular acidity will occurs in more amount. So to avoid that or to check whether which antioxidant will be preferred in this particular base formulations. So for that purpose, these iodine values plays important roles. Then another one important specification, that is the water number, that I have already discussed. The amount of water taken by the 100 gram of your fat. What you have to take, what you have to carry it out, you have to take the 100 gram of your base. You have to add the water dropwise. So at a specific time, what will happen? That particular base will not absorb the water after the specific amount of water is incorporated and that in that base. So basically, this particular water number that will help for increasing absorptibility of the water or water solubility of your drug. So for that purpose, again the water number plays important role. And last one, that is the acid values that we have to also consider. Basically, water number must be high, as much as high you can place the water number. What is the acid values here? Is same as your hydroxyl value. The number of milligram of KOH that is required to neutralize the free acids in 1 gram of fat. What is the hydroxyl value? It is the number of KOH that is required to neutralize the acetic acid used to acetylate 1 gram of fat. Here it is required to neutralize the free acids. Basically, the acids value must be low. Low acids values or a complete absence of acids are more important for the good suppository basis, because acid values complicate the formulations work because they react with the other ingredients, and they can also causes the irritations in contact with the mucous membrane. So that's why the acid values in minimum they have said 0.2 acid values will be acceptable for any specified base. So these are the different specifications that you have to consider, or we can say the selection criteria for the base also. Like the properties are there, but these are the specific selection criteria. Means like if you are saying all these particularly specifications, you have to consider its origins, its chemical compositions, its melting rate, its solid fat index, its hydroxyl values, its saponification values, solidification point you have to consider, water number, iodine value, and acid value. That plays a very important role in a suppository base.